How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all having an amazing day. Today, Old School RuneScape released a blog that details the upcoming Deadman Mode season. And in that blog, they gave us several options when it came to quest unlocks. And in this video, I'm going to go over each of the options and kind of show what you will be unlocking depending on which option you choose. At the end of the video, I'm also going to go over which options that I'm choosing and why, but this shouldn't take too long. Do me a favor, if this video helps you out at all, then help me out by hitting that like button. But let's go ahead and cut this plug and get right into it. All right, so you're given your first option of quest unlocks at the level 51 to 70 combat bracket, with option 1 being full completion of the Fremnik storyline up to and including Fremnik Exiles, plus all of its prerequisites. Option 2 being partial completion of the Elf storyline up to and including Roving Elves. So let's dive into these one by one here. All right, starting off with option 1, where you unlock the Fremnik Exiles. This is a pretty extensive list of quests here that you're going to be unlocking with this choice, all the way from Fremnik Isles, Lunar Diplomacy, Mountain Daughter, Heroes. Like, honestly, all those quests and the prerequisites for those quests, this is a pretty big list right here. Now, you got to take into account that you're going to be losing out on gaining the experience rewards from any of these quests, but I personally hate quests, so this is actually a pretty decent choice here for option 1. Option 2 being Roving Elves, which is less of a list, but, you know, still an unlock in its own right. You got Regicide, Underground Pass, Biohazard, and Plague City, which are all quests that aren't, you know, the most friendly to complete, and, you know, also Waterfall thrown on there, even though I'm assuming most people will have that done before they actually reach this combat bracket. But let's move on into the option 1 and option 2 of the combat bracket level 71 to 90. For option 1, you're gonna get full completion of the Gnome storyline up to and including Monkey Madness 2, plus all of its prereqs. Option 2, you're gonna get partial completion of the Maharat storyline up to and including Desert Treasure. So if you take option 1, you're gonna be unlocking Monkey Madness 2 along with all of these quests here: Enlightened Journey, Eyes of Glory, Recipe for Disaster, at least one of them, but you might have that unlocked by this point anyways. Monkey Madness 1, Troll Stronghold. This is a decent unlock here, and you'll get a good amount of stuff for unlocking this, you know what I mean? Dragon Scimitar, Monkey Madness 2, you'll be able to hunt those things for the amulet, you know, Heavy Ballista. There's a lot of good stuff that comes from this. If you pick option 2, you're going to be unlocking Desert Treasure 1, which this quest, if you're good at completing, especially good at completing this quest inside of Deadman modes, you might not want to pick this option. If you're like me and you hate questing, you're definitely probably going to pick this option. I anticipate somebody like Micah, if he plays this, Mika, whatever you want to call it, if he plays this Deadman mode, I anticipate him picking the Monkey Madness 2 unlock, because he's kind of got all of this questing, especially in the Deadman mode series, down packed. I hate questing. I'm going to try and avoid doing it as much as possible. The only quests that I will have unlocked throughout this Deadman mode tournament are most likely the ones that come from the unlocks and the optional unlocks, you know what I mean? And so just as a little bit of a spoiler, I will probably be picking Desert Treasure 1 for my second option here. But let's go ahead and move on into the third options that they give you for the level 91 to 110 combat bracket, with option 1 being partial completion of the Desert storyline up to and including Beneath Cursed Sands, and option 2 being partial completion of the Myrique storyline up to and including A Night at the Theater. So with option 1 here, I had a little bit of hope that this might have been a secondary way to unlock Ancients down the road in case I wanted to do Monkey Madness 2 as the unlock, but unfortunately you're only going to be unlocking Contact, Prince Ali, and Ichlurin's Little Helper. I'm not entirely sure what these lead up to. It might be the Desert Treasure 2 storyline, like this might be leading up to that. I'm not interested in doing that storyline in this Deadman mode, most definitely not. So not really something I'm concerned with here, but just in case you're curious, this is what you'd be unlocking with option 1. Option 2, much more appealing in my opinion. You're going to be unlocking like the Theater of Blood area and all of those quests that it takes to get there, and that unlocks, you know, several several training methods, as well as, you know, possible money making methods. It's a maybe even some hotspots to PK. Also Theater of Blood, I believe. So option 2 here being, you know, a night at the theater. You get a taste of hope, darkness of a hallow veil, innate of my reek, all that good stuff. Let me know down in the comments what you guys are leaning to. And like I said, at the end of this video, I'll go through and give you guys my final list of quest unlocks that I'll be picking, just in case it's not obvious while we're recording this. But let's go ahead and move on here into the final option for the levels 111 to 126 bracket. Option 1 being full completion of the Dragonkin storyline up to and including Dragon Slayer 2. Option 2 being partial completion of the Maharat storyline up to and including Secrets of the North. So let's go ahead and take a look into this with option 1. We are going to be unlocking a whole boatload of stuff: Legends Quest, Underground Pass, Dream Mentor, Edgar's Roost, Tale of Two Cats, like really a huge list of things here. And you're also going to be unlocking, let's go to the rewards for the actual quest itself, because you will be unlocking Adamant and Rune, dragons. You'll be able to teleport with the mythical cape to the place, I forget where it's at. All sorts of good stuff coming from unlocking Dragon Slayer 2. So let's go ahead and move on into Secrets of the North. Right here, you're looking at also unlocking just a humongous list of things. And on this list, you have stuff like Swan Song, which is going to give you the ability to fish monkfish, maybe like a decent way to train. Creature of Frankenstein, which is going to give you access to another little niche hidden training area that you might be able to sneak out some levels into. You know, like a lot of quests coming out of this. And let's look at the actual, this is the hardest pick for me. Like, all the other ones are pretty straightforward for me, like which one's gonna be the best one to pick. This is the one that I have the hardest time deciding. So let's go ahead and look at this. You'll be able to mine ancient essence crystals. You'll be able to fight stronger versions of the strange creature. Oh, and this will unlock Tombs of a Masket. Is this the Tombs of a Masket unlock? Maybe not, but you'll unlock the Phantom Musfa, which is the boss from this. And this one is required for completing Desert Treasure 2. So this might be something that you pick if you're going down the route of trying to complete Desert Treasure 2. You know what I mean? Whereas in Dragon Slayer 2 might be something that you pick if you're going down the route of trying to farm out a bunch of money with the bones and prayer and whatever. Again, let me know down in the comments where you guys are landing on all of this. But now let's quickly break through my choice for each one of these options here. For the 51 to 70 combat bracket, I think it's fairly obvious that you're going to have to go with the Fremnik storyline, just because I don't envision myself spending a whole lot of time on the western side of the map by the elves, so not really going to help me out there. Probably won't even do this quest line at all. And B, there's just a lot more that gets opened up with option 1. For my next pick here, for the level 71 to 90 bracket, we're looking at Monkey Madness 2 or Desert Treasure. I'm going to be pushing towards Barrage this season, and I don't want a quest. I want to do as little quests as possible. So even though I think that option 1 is the better choice, especially because I can probably knock out some of those trash quests on the lower level things. Like, it's probably not that hard to knock out these quests during the season, and this choice might actually change mid-season. I might change this choice by the time we get to that bracket. We'll definitely see, though. I'll probably be picking the Desert Treasure option just to avoid having to do any of that. For the level 91 to 110 bracket, we're looking at Beneath Cursed Sands or A Night at the Theater, and I'm really thinking that we're looking at A Night at the Theater here. This is going to unlock thieving methods, agility methods, melee training methods, you know, some money making possibly with furies, blood furies or whatever, right? All sorts of good stuff coming out of this storyline right here. So I'm excited for that. That'll be the option that I pick. And then finally, this is the hardest decision right here. We're either looking at Dragon Slayer 2 or Secrets of the North. And right now I'm leaning towards Dragon Slayer 2, but that's just because me in particular, I don't envision myself trying to do Desert Treasure 2 for any reason, right, I will probably just stick to Dragon Slayer 2 and have that nice like area to teleport to. Granted, that'll probably, I believe that'll be a danger zone. I'm not 100% sure. Regardless, it'll get us to a bank where we could possibly pull off some bank fights. All sorts of stuff like that. So that's really what I'm looking at for my choices. Let me know down in the comments what choices you guys would be making. Other than that, though, that's all the information that I wanted to go over in this video. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I'm out.